I'm Alessandra Barrett, Senior Content Editor for JOC. I'm with John Monarch, CEO of ShipChain. Thanks for joining me today, John.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Let's start with a quick overview of how blockchain is being used in the shipping and logistics space.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite examples is in food. A lot of people, remember last year where we had that giant romaine lettuce recall, and there were a lot of questions about how do we know where our food is from, how do we know the shipping process it went through, and how do we trust that? So what we're seeing are a lot of concept tests, for instance, of being able to verify where something came from on a more granular level, like down to the field on the farm, the truck it went on, the temperature of the truck that it was on the entire step of the way, all the way to the grocery store. So literally farm to table. And that's just one example of it. But it's there to help provide trust in logistics movements.
Data security is a big intellectual hurdle when it comes to any talk of collaboration in our industry. Can you talk a bit about the difference between public blockchains and private?
Public blockchains, I think, are for the industry kind of a misnomer. We're starting to use the term open industry chain. So while it is based on a public system, so is the internet, for example. Companies have learned to trust the internet despite having to have network security, but at the same time they understand that the infrastructure is there to help them. The problem with private chains that we're seeing are that they're often run by one large company in an industry consortium. But at the same time, how do the competitors of that large company trust that system that they're trying to participate in? There's a big fear of competitive data being accessed by your major competitor that's running that system. So with open industry chains, we feel that that's much more of a trustworthy model that doesn't actually require trust, ironically.
So we've had a lot of talk of collaboration over the last few years. What do you think it's going to take to get to that place of trust? How do we get to where we have more adoption and less talk?
Really, I feel that it's going to take more tests, more proofs of concept, more pilot programs, as people start to realize the value of what the systems are capable of doing in blockchain. It took a while for companies to get on the internet, and rightly so, because for a long time the internet was just a bunch of people on message boards talking back and forth. They didn't really see a lot of the commercial applications until they started testing out the benefits of it inside their own companies. And I think that it's going to take a similar adoption curve with blockchain, although I feel that it's going to go much faster, as we've seen a lot of interest from the shipping industry in actually adopting blockchain.
Thanks for taking time to sit down with me today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
I've been speaking with John Monarch, CEO of ShipChain.